Okay, here we go. Welcome all. What this is basically going to be a integration tutorial for the advanced action combat system and the advanced locomotion system. Both are very highly used, and especially with the group I'm in, a lot of people were seeking integration for both of them. So I thought I'd make a tutorial to show how to at least do the baseline integration of it. Huge props to Joe Diamond of 369 for a lot of the ideas, and he's integrated a lot more other features and animations into the system than I have. But I'll just show the baseline, and you can add all your own stuff from there afterwards. The locomotion system itself is fairly decent. Like, a lot of people are using this, and also a couple of things to keep in mind though is the fact that there is another version. Like the fellow who actually originally created this locomotion system, he's actually working now on the Unreal Engine 5, and he's making another locomotion system there, so you can expect a lot of this stuff to probably be integrated into UE5, or maybe even something a lot better than ALS. So that's something to keep in mind whether you want to go through all this or not, because once the UE5 comes out, there might be something a lot better, or it might even just integrate fully a lot more, like just come pre-made out of the box. Who knows? We'll have to wait and see. But so far, let's get started. A couple of things you want to do right at the start is make sure you have the transfer tools plugin. You will most definitely need this. You just go into your plugins. Everyone, I assume, will know how to attach the plugins. It's a free plugin. You just get on the marketplace. Just a simple transfer tool allows you to transfer various functions and variables and stuff from one blueprint to another. We'll get to that shortly. And then another thing you want to do right from the start is go into the locomotion system, go to the ALS and blueprint, and we'll type in aim. Then go down until you find this variable aiming rotation. A lot of people get an error when they merge both of them, because these things don't integrate well, because there's actually another variable inside the combat system called aiming rotation as well, and tend to overwrite each other or cause issues and errors. So the easiest thing to do is just come in here, go to this one, and just add an S at the end. Simple as that. Then you have just advanced. Then you just have the aiming rotations and then aiming rotation. So like, it's simple as that there, just to avoid that wee error. So we'll close that. And then the very next thing we will want to do right off the bat is the rigging. So what we will want to do is go to combat system, character, go to the combat system's main skeleton, right click, retarget, and then retarget it to the advanced locomotion skeleton. You'll see it. They're very much mostly the same, except for a couple of like sockets and things, so it should combine very well. Just retarget it. Loading and loading and loading. You'll probably see me stop and start a few times as I double check my own project. I've got my own project open up as well at the same time, plus a video of one of the older integration system videos as well, in case I forget anything. But that should be the skeleton started up right there. Now we come to the Yes, the blueprints. ALS base character. You can see you'll have your wee icons here of everything mixing and matching. So what we have to do now is set the. We have to now make this. Set the parent class of this to the combat. I think it was called combat, wasn't it? Yes, the combat player character. There we go. After that, we will go into the player inputs. You can just get rid of these top ones here. They're not needed at all. They're basically, you're getting them from the combat blueprint. And now we just replace some of these jump action. We'll get our own jump from inputs. These ones here are the jump actions and stance actions. They all come from the ALS. We just replace them with the ones now in the combat system. Stance action was, I believe, the crouch. Walk action was the toggle walk. And then sprint. I don't think any of the rest of these were needed right off the top of the bat. Obviously you can set your own wee button functions to them if you want to do tests and such, but for now we'll just delete them because I don't think they were essential. Do another refresh here. Yes, then we'll just go have these. So we just get again and move forward. And move right. And just replace these as well. Copy them. Delete. And then to the second spot, we'll paste them. Delete those two. Cool, that's a lot of the that's all the errors gone from there. Double check my my own older system to make sure. Yes, the updating the dynamics. Where's that? Here we go. Yes, the update dynamic movement system. What we basically do is we just expand this little bugger. And we'll bring these. You can lay them out any way you like. I'm just doing it this way to remind myself. Then we get the character movement. Then disconnect all of these from that main one. Okay, so then we get max acceleration. Put that one in there. Max braking deceleration. Put that one in there. And the last one was the reason it was all split up to begin with, was we get is moving on ground, which is comes with a boolean. Just connect that, then it will convert it to make for that. There we go. Another couple of things you can do in here as well is we'll replace the proxy for the Animan himself. And put the moving system. There we go, he's moving. Excuse me. Then we click on this to get the base, and we go down to tags, which is under actor, I believe. Yes. Right now it's got just the one of the baseline player character. But we need to add a couple for the interaction with the various pickup items and such. And the two tags we need is basically it's the same tag, only one with a space and one without. So we just add two more slots. Player character, only this time with a space. Then you also tag on the collision capsule. There we go, and put a tag in here as well. Call it pawn capsule. And I think that's most of the main features from the actual blueprint itself then done. Off the top of my head. I'll just take a wee quick check at the video here to make sure I didn't miss anything. No, I think that's it. So the next thing we have to do is we will open up then the Transfer Tools plugin. And what we're basically going to do now is we're going to copy the variables and functions from one animation blueprint to the other. So first we'll go to the Advanced Combat System, center character, I think. Yep, here we go. The player character anim blueprint. We go to property transfer and we select that as the source. On both of these. Switch them around here just so as I follow this like I usually do. Then we have to go to the locomotion system, highlight that anim blueprint, and then we select them as the targets. Okay. So first thing we want to do is copy all the variables. Or is it the functions? I'm trying to remember which now. not sure it matters either way. But I'll do a quick check here just to avoid any kind of errors we might get. Do the functions first. Highlight them all. Pick selected and apply. Save all that. And same on this side. Pick selected, apply. Yes. Again, save. There we go. Now we can just close those up. Now the animation blueprint will have a bunch of errors and issues that we just have to tweak up. And I better open the third person one as well. Where is it? Combat, character, there we go. Right, basically all this is going to be now is a lot of copy pastings and switching things over. So first thing we have to do, put that one over there. It's here. Split that off. We'll make a default slot. Just call it, put it for the full body. And then save cache. And we'll just call it ALS. Now in the combat player character we go to the, which graph was it? I think it's the event. Well, yes. We copy this part here. All of this. Don't copy the bottom part. Joe Diamond discovered this is what caused a lot of the leg shaking a lot of people have experienced. So do not copy that one. Just all the rest of that there. So we just get all of that, copy it, and we bring it over to the update graph here on this one. This over a bit actually to make a bit more visible space, and we slide this in between this little bugger. We'll just paste it down here. And if you just slide it in there like that. Then we get a sequence node. And then combine that. I don't think it matters which one you put it in, but I'll put it in this one for now. I'll double check my old one to make sure, just in case. Yep, it's in the same place, so it doesn't really matter where you put it there. Right. This is almost where the original video that was made by Hugo Philippe goes into a lot of various other functions now, and this is almost where it starts to vary up and change around a lot since that was made for version 1.1, whereas this is all now. We're up to like 2.06 or 7 now at this point, I believe, on the system. A lot of things have changed. So we'll lower down to that video and I'll bring over my own system. And we'll see what we can discover on differences. Right, so that's that part over. And then we also get all this top part. We'll copy that and paste that over here as well, in the exact same place. Anywhere you like, just keep it semi-tidy and just keep it there. Then we'll have to make a lot of these variables, you see. So we just right click, create the variables of all the stuff that's grayed out. I think that's all of them now. Looks like it, yeah. Like I said, apologies if it looks like I'm stopping and starting. I'm just double checking my own project open to make sure all's similar and the same. Alright, now we come back into the anim graph. And now the big part on the combat characters anim graph. Where are you? We have to copy all of this. So just highlight the whole lot. I usually leave off the last little block at the end since our own system already has one, so we just copy this. Then we bring it over here and we will have to paste it all. Give yourself plenty of room, so zoom out a good bit and paste it down here. Usually takes a minute or two. It's got a lot of nodes and functions to copy over here. Alright. Bring this up here a bit more now for a bit better reach. Rightio. Okay, now I basically just have to copy what was done from my own system. Vector. Alright. So what we need to do first is go to the ground locomotions. Where is that? Right, here we go from up here. Now there is a couple of various ways of doing this. Like I said, Joe Diamond is made up of various functions of how to add and tweak up other settings and things. He's had a lot more different animation styles and integrated a lot better than I have. So this is just the baseline of what you can do. So we get the cache of ALS, and we slot that into the unarmed combat. You can change your idle animations and stuff now yourself later on. And looking over here, we then go down to the Punisher mode. Actually, what might be better doing, since we're going to be posting this lot, we'll copy the ALS and just paste it again, because we're going to be doing it a few times. And we put this ALS into the default. We're setting a bunch of baselines to mix well. Come over here. Archery, aiming, attacking is locomotions. State ALS again. Up in here on the base pose. Let's check these couple. Ground logo, unarmed combat, which is nice. That is the ALS. Add offsets, yes. Some of this does look a little more different than my original version. If there's any errors, we can always try and retweak them again. But some of them do look a bit of slightly different variables compared to my own version. Mine is on a slightly older version, because I'm making a lot of systems myself, so I didn't really want the full things, or I just haven't got around to most of them. But let's see now, in here again, ALS into the false here. Move that out of the way. Generally you can just delete these. I'm just moving them out of the way in case, just to make sure I'm getting them all in the right places here as I go along. And then up here again, crouching, ALS to true. Couple of variations here. I just want to make sure we're working right. Yeah, that should be fine. More or less it's doing the same thing. But anyway, what we do now is this part here is where we have a few tweaks and changes. A lot of this came as well, once I said, from Joe Diamond of 369. Look him up on the Discord. He knows a lot more about the system than I do. So he found out a lot of this stuff from trial and error. So first we disconnect from this, and we will get a blend poses by a boolean. Set from true, and with the with the output pose. Cache output pose. Where are you? Here we go. Output pose onto false. The boolean itself we'll get from the combat state. Nope, that's the character state. Where's the combat state? But it hasn't been changed. Aiming. Okay, it should be good from the same one as over here. Aiming. Ah, yes, it's just been changed now. That threw me for a second there. The name's been changed to character state. Okay, so we paste that there. And then we face it off with the... Oh, get over here, you be so-and-so. Equal... Put this to aiming. Alright, the boolean. Like I said, a lot of this was done to change a lot of the like leg twitching and spasming that goes absolutely nuts whenever your character rotates. A lot when you're using bows and crouching and such. It caused quite a bit of issues. So that's that little part there. Next we come up here. We can connect this part then down to that on the IK of everything. Next, move this over. And we will disconnect that from there. Put it in there because we'll need it in a second. And then we will get another blend pose by booleans. And this time we will get is punisher enabled. And boolean. And is combat enabled. Damn it. We'll then pull off from then. We'll get the default slot. And the full body. Full body slot. That would just copy from here. It's a lot quicker than trying to hunt them down. And that one in there. Then it is the blend per bone. Oh, wrong button. Layered blend per bone. Right. If he's in better, I'll hopefully left myself enough room here. Alright. And ALS once again goes into the base. And we get change this one to upper body. And we get the cache for Punisher mode. Connect that in there. go, and then once again, in case of read output false, and put that into false. And I believe that is the general gist of it. Oh, let me bring this little one down here. Copy that. A lot of this stuff is new. There we go. Just needs a refresh of the nodes to retweak them all. As you saw, I just added a slight little number to that one there, just 001, because for some reason, sometimes if it's left right at 0, it can cause errors with that one where it just will not work. So a small number like that there won't really make much difference. Just adds a bit like a baseline number for it. And looking over most of this. I think cover most of it. What we'll do is we'll open up the level and we'll check. So we'll just close this. Get some of the game modes. RPG game mode. Change the combat character to the Animan, which is the base. It's the child blueprint of the ALS base character. I think all of the rest of them stay the same. And let's see. Draw the weapon, put the weapon away, crouch, ALS. Yes, we got our mantling, our climbing, as we can see here. There you see you got all your rotations, shifts, and movements. So that's ALS. More or less fully integrated with the thing. Like I said, you can tweak a lot of the various other animations yourself. You can add different climbings, and one thing I noticed as well, though, the actual jumping up it's a bit iffy when you've actually got your weapons drawn. As you can see, it's more like a step up than an actual, climbing. Once you put your weapon away, once again, hop up. Your dodges and rolls, everything's more or less. As you can see, once you're aiming of the bow and such, your legs are no longer twitching and flying in all random styles like they used to. You can see, oh yes, this is version 2.06. I haven't checked 7 yet, so I'm not sure if there's any major variations and such like. But this walkthrough should hopefully help with that too. So I think that's all the main functions I can think of off the top of my head to get you up and running here, as you can see. Just before I end the video, let me do over my head and think. Rolling, blocking. Change the weapon here. This goes into its different modes of that. You can see you've got your blocking as well. Moving when you're blocking. Let's do one final test just to really make sure. The blueprints. I'm trying to remember now where the pickups are. This over here. Browse to it. So item interactable. Not long now, I can't remember where the actual item pickups are. Here we go. Alright, let's quickly pick up a not too sure what worked and what didn't. Try dual swords. I might have one. Pick a vector. See if this works. Yep, there we go, pick up. There we go. As you see, now you pick up the items, equip them, and then you apply them. You got your inventory system there all working. And the switching various items and all its proper functions. But yes, that's the baseline integration. Hopefully this has helped a few people out and give Jake some free time so he won't have to make up a full tutorial for it. But I believe that covers all the main features, so hopefully this helps somebody. Apologies for if it's a bit long-winded. I don't usually do full tutorials at all. This is basically a first one this morning, but just a fleeting glance. So hopefully it was done well enough for you, easy enough for you to follow. Once all said and done, it's more or less a lot of copy and pasting. You can see you'll have your update graph, will have the main function here. All of this will have this wee section here added. Remember, you don't add the wee bottom part there that stops the leg twitching. Your atom graph, very, very similar to the original combat one. Just add your ALS in a few of the specific places I showed. And then this section here was presented the various different combat modes through the ALS as well. And you got your IK systems that all come with the ALS as well. Anyone who doesn't even want to use ALS can also use like the Dragon IK plugin for some proper leg IK. It works pretty well as well. It's just a person's own choice. But that'll be your base. Yes, I'll stop rambling on now. That's it all done. There we go. Hope this is beneficial to somebody, and enjoy it. Have a good evening, weekend, week, whatever, whatever time and place you're watching this again in the future. Bye bye.